So Frank, it's a really historic 4th of July here in Idaho Falls this year.
It is. It's our 25th anniversary of doing the Melaleuca Freedom Celebration. And you know, we're changing the location. We're going to Snake River Landing, and people were wondering what does that mean, because they think about Snake River Landing as being where Bill's Bike Shop is and Stockman's restaurant. But that you got to move about a quarter of a mile to the south from there, and that's where it's going to be. It's wide open spaces, and Snake River Landing has stepped up to the plate. They said they were interested in doing it. We said, will you prepare this site? They said they would, and my goodness, they have. It's a big amphitheater, huge amphitheater. You know, before we were limited because we were so close to buildings. We could only do smaller shells, and we did the biggest legally possible in that area, but we couldn't do the great big shells in the special effects, which all come, they're huge. And so we're going to have all of that this year. The launch pad, which was last year and all years prior to this, 50 feet by 25 feet, is going to be 300 feet by 125 feet. It'll be, so we're going to paint the entire sky with, before we could only do small shells you couldn't see because the buildings are in the way. And then the middle sky, which we'll have, and now we'll do the upper sky, which we couldn't do before because we couldn't have shells large enough. So now the event is going to be totally different. You'll be able to see it. And it's a spectacular venue. If you come to Snake River Landing, there'll be all kinds of room for people to set up their barbecue set. There's, 70 acres of places to sit in the grass.
A lot more than the Greenbelt.
Almost 10 times what we had in the Greenbelt. We didn't even have 7 acres on the Greenbelt. So there's lots of, and parking, over 150 acres of parking. You got to hand it to the Snake River Landing people. They have really stepped up and made this a great thing. So people are going to watch this. They're going to come and they're going to watch it, and they're going to see a whole different show because the whole sky is going to be painted. We're going to use the whole canvas. The sky is the canvas, and you're going to see things that you never saw before. It's going to be much louder, and if you're there, you're going to feel the ground is going to shake. It's going to be an experience that you and your kids have never had before, guaranteed. We've always had the show, for the last, 16, 17 years. We've had the largest show west of the Mississippi. And we've done our homework. That we tallied that based on just number of shells in the air. Now we have documented and can verify we're not only the largest show west of the Mississippi by number of shells, we're the largest show by just sheer amount of explosives shot up into the air. Wow. Largest west of the Mississippi. There may be a couple cities east of the Mississippi that would beat us. We're larger. Philadelphia is considered one of the largest shows in the nation. We're larger than Philadelphia. We've documented that. We're New York, Boston, St. Louis, and Washington, D.C. We're not sure. We're not going to claim we're larger than them. We're going to match them toe-to-toe, but they don't release all their numbers. But we'll be one of the top 5 shows in the entire nation and the largest west of the Mississippi. And it's going to put Idaho Falls on the map. We're already there, but it's going to put a big exclamation point after Idaho Falls when it comes to 4th of July.
And you have a guy coming in to coordinate all of this, right?
Yeah, okay, yes. Let me tell you about that. So we'll be using a new firing system this year. We're going to use the same, it's the best system in the world, the same system used by the Olympics. We've got a guy coming in, and we're importing him from Germany, Frankfurt, Germany. He knows how to operate this. He does all the biggest shells around, not only the United States, he does the biggest shows in the world, including the Olympics. And we're bringing him in to do this show. That's the firing mechanism, and it's timed to within 1,000th of a second. So it's going to be, you got to bring your radio. Do not try to stream this. You can pick up Classy by streaming, but you'll be 8 seconds. There's as much of an 8-second delay in the streaming, so you'll be totally out of sync. And if you have a boombox or a speaker and you're playing yours, well, everybody's going to be mad at you because you're 8 seconds late, and it's synchronized to 1,000th of a second. But that'll be on the radio, so you got to listen live. So go up in your attic, dust off that old boombox you haven't had out for a while. Everybody's got to bring their boombox. Find the boombox wherever it is in the home. Put new batteries in it and bring it, because we don't have sound systems set up everywhere. And you've got to bring your own sound system. In future years, we hope to have sound systems set up, but this year we don't have it. You've got to bring it. If you don't bring your sound system, you're going to miss 60% of the show. It'll just be lights.
Every year you're asked how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
And your answer this year?
The same as always. Compared with the price that those people paid for our freedom, the cost to us is nothing. It's all about those people. I'm fortunate. I never had to go to war. Had a student deferment. You know, a lot of my friends went to Vietnam. They came back. I lost some friends. Before them and since then, we've had a lot of men and women who've given their lives so we could be free. And they've given their lives so other nations could be free also. And we're celebrating that. This is our 31 minutes of tribute, telling them thank you, because freedom does not come free. There's a terrible price that they paid, but to us it's nothing compared to that.
Double the size, right?
Double the amount of firepower in the air. We've doubled our budget. We've doubled the firepower. You will not have seen anything like this. And I got to hand it again to the Snake River Landing people. They have provided a venue for us that is second to none. It's really going to be special. And let me talk about Riverfest for a second, because that's the all-day event. We're going to have an event, and Riverbend Communications has taken that over, and I think they're doing a spectacular job. They're going to have all kinds of events for the kids, for the little kids, and we're going to have some adult events too. So there's blow-up toys that they can get on. You got to get some tickets. I mean, there's an expense, and we're going to cover the expense of everything. I don't know what they're going to sell a ticket for, $1 a ticket or something. But there's going to be horseback rides, or pony rides, I should say, not for kids. There's going to be wagon rides. There's going to be
entertainment.
There's going to be bands playing from the stage. We're going to have the symphony come in. I think they start up, I don't know what time that's going to be, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, or probably 9 o'clock. They start 1 hour before the fireworks. So that'll be available to everyone. We haven't been able to share that. We've had them before, but we haven't been able to share it because nobody could get around there. There was no space, you know, we were limited. And now everybody can come and experience that. That'll be on the radio. So everybody anywhere in that whole venue, within that, you know, couple hundred acres, will be able to experience the whole event with the entire community, all hearing and seeing the same thing, and leading up to it. I just think is going to be, I think it's going to be unifying for our community. I think it's going to be fun for the kids. I think we're going to hear a little patriotism about how, you know, there's a message to these soldiers who've given their lives. I think it's good for our kids to hear that, good for us to be reminded. I'm really, really thrilled.